Imagine you're sipping your morning cuppa when the news breaks. A massive asteroid is hurtling towards Earth, undetected till now. It's a bit of a jolt, isn't it? 1 minute, you're going about your day. The next, you're faced with a cosmic curveball. And not just any curveball, but a big, rocky, spacefaring one. This, folks, is the reality of the unseen threat, asteroids. Now, don't get me wrong, most asteroids are harmless, floating about in the vast expanse of space, minding their own business, but every so often one of these celestial wanderers strays a bit too close to our home turf. And that's when things can get a tad dicey. You see, asteroids are like the universe's stealth bombers. Often they're dark, they're quiet, and they can sneak up on us undetected until it's almost too late. It's not that we're not looking, trust me, we've got telescopes scanning the skies day and night. But space, it's a big place, and sometimes things slip through the cracks. So what happens if an asteroid goes undetected? Well, it's a bit like being at a surprise party you didn't want to be invited to. One moment all is calm, the next surprise. You've got an uninvited guest knocking at your door, only this guest doesn't come bearing gifts. Instead, it brings with it the potential for significant destruction. This is why asteroid detection is so crucial. It's our first line of defense against these silent, spaceborne threats. It gives us the chance to prepare, to plan, and hopefully to prevent any unwelcome surprises. But what if we miss one? What if, despite our best efforts, an asteroid slips past our defenses and heads straight for Earth? Well, that's a scenario we'd rather not contemplate, but it's also one we need to be prepared for. Now, wouldn't that be a shocking start to your day? So what happens when a celestial body the size of a city decides to pay an unannounced visit to us? A bit like your mother-in-law popping by without warning, only with a touch more devastation. Imagine the surprise, the shock, and the awe as an undetected asteroid, a silent and unseen threat, hurtles towards Earth at unimaginable speeds. It's a bit like being hit by a bus, only this bus is the size of London and made of solid rock and iron. The immediate impact would be, let's say, a bit of a bother. A colossal explosion, many times greater than the biggest nuclear weapon ever detonated. The asteroid would instantly vaporize, forming a massive crater, and sending billions of tons of dust and debris into the atmosphere. The environmental effects would be just as catastrophic. The dust and debris would block out the sun, causing what scientists call an impact winter. Temperatures would plummet, crops would fail, and wildlife would struggle to survive. It's a bit like the worst winter you've ever experienced, only there's no cozy fireside to retreat to. Now let's ponder on the long-term ramifications for life on Earth. The majority of species would struggle to survive in this new, harsh environment. It's like a grisly game of musical chairs, only there are very few chairs and they're all on fire. Extinction would be the name of the game for many, with only the hardiest of species surviving. But what about us, the humans? Well, we're a resilient bunch, aren't we? We'd struggle, of course. Life would be hard and we'd have to adapt to survive. But survive we would, just like we always have. Why? Because we're human. We're resourceful, adaptable, and stubborn as a mule. We'd find a way to survive, to rebuild, and to thrive once more. After all, we've been doing it for thousands of years. It's not a pretty picture, is it? But how likely is it to happen? You might be thinking, how often does this happen? Let me tell you, it's more common than you'd like to believe. Now, don't start sweating bullets just yet. We're not talking about the big dinosaur-wiping kind of asteroids every other Tuesday. Rather, we're referring to smaller ones, the size of a car or maybe a house, that burn up in our atmosphere regularly. Some of them do make it to the surface, but they typically land in the ocean or uninhabited areas. So no need to start building your asteroid bunker just yet. But what about the big ones, the city smashers? Well, thankfully, they're a lot rarer. We're talking once every few 100,000 years or so. Still, that's a bit too often for comfort, isn't it? Now, you may ask, why don't we see these asteroids coming? Well, that's a good question. Astronomers are constantly scanning the skies for these cosmic interlopers. They use powerful telescopes and sophisticated software to spot and track anything that might pose a threat to our lovely planet. In fact, most large asteroids that could potentially hit Earth have already been mapped. But here's the rub. Space is big, really big. And our asteroid detection systems, as impressive as they are, have a few blind spots. Asteroids coming from the direction of the sun, for example, are notoriously hard to spot. Additionally, smaller asteroids that are dark or made of certain types of rock can slip under the radar. So while the odds of a catastrophic asteroid impact are low, they're not zero. And that's why scientists all over the world are working tirelessly to improve our detection systems and develop ways to deflect any dangerous asteroids that might come our way. We've had some close shaves in the past. It's a bit of a cosmic lottery, isn't it? But don't fret, we're not entirely defenseless against these cosmic bullets. Believe it or not, we are not sitting ducks in this cosmic shooting gallery. We have our very own guardians of the galaxy in the form of international space agencies, tirelessly working to keep our planet safe. They have devised ingenious methods to detect and deflect these celestial marauders. First off, we have an array of telescopes, both ground-based and space-based, constantly scanning the heavens. These advanced observation tools help us spot potential threats. Think of them as our early warning system, our eyes in the sky. But what happens when we spot an asteroid heading our way? Well, that's where deflection methods come into play. One such method is the kinetic impactor technique. It's a bit like a game of cosmic pool. We fire a spacecraft at the asteroid with enough force to alter its trajectory, nudging it off course. It's not about shattering the asteroid, but rather giving it a gentle yet firm push. Another approach is the gravity tractor method. Here, a spacecraft flies alongside the asteroid for a prolonged period. The mutual gravitational attraction between the two slowly but surely pulls the asteroid off its collision course with Earth. Then there's the nuclear option, literally. Detonating a nuclear device near the asteroid could vaporize part of it, causing a reaction that alters its course. It's a last resort, though, as it carries the risk of turning one big problem into many smaller ones. These are just a few of the strategies in our cosmic defense playbook. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our will to survive. Yet it's a constant game of catch-up as technology evolves and new threats emerge. The importance of continuous research and development in this field cannot be overstated. It's our shield, our defense against the unknown. It's our insurance policy for the future. But could we do more to protect our blue marble? Now you might be wondering, what can I do about it? Strap in and listen up, because there's plenty of room for everyone on this spaceship we call Earth. You see, the key to preventing a surprise asteroid visit isn't just in the hands of the eggheads with the big telescopes. It's about all of us taking an interest in the world beyond our own, the universe that's spinning around us even when we're too wrapped up in our daily grind to notice. So, how can you help? First off, get educated. There's a whole universe of knowledge out there just waiting to be started by learning about our solar system, about asteroids and their unpredictable paths. There are plenty of resources online, from educational websites to interactive apps that can help you understand these celestial bodies better. And don't stop there. Share what you learn, talk to your friends, your family, your co-workers. Make space a regular topic of conversation. You'd be surprised how many people find the mysteries of the universe as fascinating as you do. Now, if you're feeling really inspired, why not support the research that's being done in this? There are many organizations working tirelessly to keep an eye on the sky, and they could use you can donate to their cause, or even better, get involved directly. Volunteer your time, use your skills. Every bit helps when it comes to protecting our home. Finally, keep that curiosity alive. Never stop asking questions, never stop exploring. Remember, every great discovery started with a simple question, and who knows, you might be the one to spot the next big asteroid before it gets too close for comfort. So what's it going to be? Are you going to sit back and hope for the best, or are you going to take action? Remember, knowledge is power. So will you join us in our quest to keep an eye on the sky?